Hi, my name is Cara Lee, and I use she or they pronouns, and you can call me Cara or Ms. Lee, whatever feels more comfortable to you. And I want to give you an overview of our class. And first, I want to talk about the type of class it is to make sure, so you can make sure that it's the best fit for you. So first, let's go into our class so we have the visual. I'm in my PCC here, and you can either click on the computer icon that's probably right behind my video, or you can scroll down on the left side. There's a link for D2L Brightspace login. So D2L Brightspace, those all mean the same thing. And that is our learning management system where all of our course information is stored at PCC. And if you click on this summer term, you should see whatever classes you are taking right here. And here's our class, Math 243. And I put in-person hybrid up here. So our class does meet in person, and it meets only once a week. And so it's a hybrid or halfway in between an online class and an in-person class. So we only meet once a week, and most statistics classes meet twice a week. And it's not any less work that we're meeting once a week, but it does give you more flexibility and freedom in doing the other parts of the class on your own time. So I want to make sure that that's a good fit for you. I realize it is the only in-person class this summer, so you may be choosing that. And the way it works is the lectures will be on video. So you think of that other class meeting that we're not going to have. That's the time where you'll be watching the lecture videos. So you can do that at a time that works best for you throughout the entire week, as long as you do that before our class on Wednesday, because we'll be using that time on Wednesday to practice together. So we'll have some whole class activities, some small group activities. We'll be in a computer lab, so we'll be using real data and computer software, just free tools to analyze this data. Okay, if you feel like hearing this, it's maybe not the best fit for you, then there are still other sections available, remote or maybe web. Those tend to fill up fast, but remote, if you prefer to have more of a lecture style with the instructor right there, then you might sign up for a remote Zoom class, and that would meet twice a week. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Just send me an email, or if you want to chat about it, I'm happy to help you find the best situation for you. Okay, just let me know. And also keep in mind, summer is a compressed term. So our class is an 8-week class. You can also find a 10-week class, or maybe 11. They're mostly 10 or 8. So if you feel like you want that, want it to be less compressed, so we are really going to be covering a lot of material every week. 8 doesn't sound that much shorter than 11, but it really is when you think about doing an extra 3 weeks of work in the first 8 weeks. So it will go pretty fast, so I hope that you arrange your schedule so that you will have sufficient time to work on the class. And again, just look at the dates. If you're not sure, feel free to reach out to me, okay? So we're only going to be meeting 8 times. Isn't that wild? And 2 of them are tests, so we really only have 6 class meetings where we're working through the content. Okay, so let me show you how our class is structured and how it's set up, and most importantly, how to watch the videos before the first class, because we only have 6 content meetings, so we can't spend our first day on orientation. We've got to jump in to module 1 and work on stuff. Okay, so when you get into our class, you'll see this welcome announcement. And this is where this video is going to be. I'm updating this older video right here. So you'll be able to watch this video. Right now you're watching this video and get the overview for the course. And then the next video will show you how to get into our free online homework system. Okay, we will also do that in class. So if you get stuck, just come to class and we'll make sure everybody is getting into that just fine. There's a few more tips at the bottom of the announcement just for getting notifications and things like that, so you know when I've graded something. And then I'll go across these headings at the top. Course home gets you back to this page. The little house gets you back to outside with all your courses. But if you want to stay in this course, you would use Course Home. Then Content is the place where we'll be most of the time. And it starts with this overview page. Welcome, and a quote from a student. I'll let you read that. And then I have a famous statistician here, Dr. David Blackwell, and feel free to look at this. I really like his quote. And also, white voices have tended to be centered in math and statistics and science, and so I really want to bring in a diversity of voices to our class, and I do that through the content and the data sets as well. So I do have a social justice focus in my class. So that's the overview. And then on the left side, think of this as the table of contents. In case you're new to D2L, these are called the modules on the left. And then within each module are some other pieces. So I'm going to treat this like a checklist. And whoops, I was going to put myself in student view. So let me do that. So mine will look the same as yours. Okay, so intro to online learning. Because this is a half online class and half in person, we do have this intro to online learning module. If you have done a lot of online classes or really familiar with D2L, you might not need to use this, but if you're using it for the first time, you might want to read or watch some of these videos. Then here is the information pertaining to our class, course information. It says start here and read before our first class. So we've got a welcome message here. I think it's important to have a land acknowledgement. And then we've got introduction to what's in this module. And then we've got some instructor information. And then I'm not going to click on all these, but I'll click on a couple of them. Then our syllabus is in here. And I've also sent that to you by email. So you may have read it already, but it's in here so you can refer to it anytime. And we will talk about the highlights of this in class as well. But it's a good idea to look this over before class, especially the part about the idea of watching the videos before the first class. That's actually called a flipped model. So you may have come across that before. Some flipped classes still meet twice a week. So ours is a flipped and it's a hybrid because you're watching the videos on your own, and then we have kind of condensed all of our activities condensed into one class day a week. Okay, as far as, all your materials and everything are in here. This is how you get into the online homework system. Go back to course information, and I'm going to go to our course calendar. Okay, and this is important. It has our schedule for the whole term, the whole 8 weeks. But also really important, at the top has this general weekly pattern. So once you get into this pattern, you'll be in a rhythm, and you can kind of align how it's going to work with your week, whatever you've got, work or kids or whatever you've got. So our general weekly pattern is before each class on Wednesday, you're going to watch the lecture videos and take notes, and I'll show you more about how to do that. Then we will be meeting Wednesday evenings. And so 5:30 to 8:30 in class. And on some weeks, we'll have an in-class quiz, not the first week. So we'll talk about that in the first class. And every week, you're going to bring your notes. So bring the notes that you took from watching the videos. And then we'll work on activities together. Okay? And then I will have the solutions to those activities. So you'll be checking as you go. And then I will also post them after class. Okay, then, attend office hours and tutoring, get any help as needed, post questions in the My Open Math forums. You'll see that in the next video. And then the next Monday is when the due dates are. So My Open Math, the free online homework, we do the next Monday night. And then you'll have a written problem set that will give me a chance to give you some detailed feedback. That will be due on Monday night. So think of it as Monday to the next Monday, or if you want to watch the videos beforehand on the weekend, you're obviously welcome to do that. The modules will be open early in general. Right now, I'm still aligning things, so only the first 2 modules are open right now. but as soon as I get them ready, they'll be open early. So if you want to start, right after we meet in our class on Wednesday, if you want to start like Thursday or Friday, working, watching those videos, you're welcome to do that. And then we have our midterm exam and final exam dates in here. These are very important dates. The testing center is limited because they're ramping back up from being closed during the pandemic. So put these on your calendar. Talk to me if you have a conflict right away, because we do have some makeup times, but they're a little bit limited. Okay. And then here's our calendar. So it shows you exactly what we're going to do, and then also the assignments for each week. And here again is our midterm in week 4. Our tests are in week 4 and week 8, which is pretty standard. Halfway through and then all the way through. Okay, now there are a couple of a few extra things to do in the first week, because we're doing the orientation and getting to know each other. But the content is not a lot. Like, I kept the content a little bit less to account for the rest of these activities. So I'll show you this in the intro module, but I might as well go through it since we're here also. What you'll be doing before class, the most is to watch the intro videos and the welcome announcement you're doing right now. Read through the course info, syllabus, calendar. And then the most important thing, which I started to say, is to watch the lecture videos and bring your notes to class. Okay, that's the most important thing. If someone doesn't get the message and they don't do it, it'll be okay. There are notes you can use, and you can use the book as well. But just to get the most out of it, if you can watch those Module 1 videos, that's the best plan. A couple other things we're doing in this first week is you'll be creating your MyOpenMath account, and there's an orientation assignment. You'll be doing an introduction post, so we can get to know each other. We'll be interacting online in discussion forums and in class. So we'll have an online introduction post and replies. A mathrography is a really short little paper, paragraph or two, where I can get to know you better, and you can let me know if there's anything you want me to know or anything that would help you in the class. And then you'll have, this is for each module, you'll have MyOpenMath homework and then the graded problem. Okay, one difference, because the second Monday is a holiday, 4th of July, the first module will end on a Tuesday. So until Tuesday for that week. And let me go back to content. Okay, so keep going through the rest of this intro module, and keep in mind these are like a checklist, so it's meant to do in this order. This is the suggested or recommended order to go through things, especially in the modules. But this is creating your account for MyOpenMath, and then this is the introduce yourself discussion. Put a little image either of yourself or pets or hobby, something that represents you. And then here's the mathography, just a really short paper with these 4 things. And then down below, can't quite see it right now, is some great little tips for how to ask for help online, which would be in between our classes. And then in every module, there's a place where you can ask questions. And you can post anonymously here, especially in the beginning. There's a lot to figure out, so feel free to post anything there. And students can reply, and I will also monitor those. My window back up where it's supposed to be. Okay, well then before we get to module 1, this is really important to get before you watch the videos. So these are pages to print or buy from the Southeast Bookstore. So there's a course packet, and it has all the notes pages. So when you see the videos, either Julia did some of the videos, Julia Trude, and then I did some of the videos. So you'll see us writing on the notes pages. And you ideally will want to have the pages too, so that you don't have to write all the stuff. You just write the stuff that we're filling in. So you can get this in many ways. So here's the file itself if you want to print it yourself. You can order it from the bookstore. You can actually go in person now to the Southeast bookstore and pick it up, or you can have it shipped to your home. But there's no more free shipping, unfortunately, or they're getting back to regular business. So you can also print it somewhere else, like a library or any other place that you want to print. So there's more info about that here. Let me click on it so I can show you what I mean. There's just a title page here which has a little content. So the first 72 pages are the notes pages themselves. And so imagine you're going to be dividing that among 6 weeks. And then the graded problem sets are also in here. So let me just show you what this looks like. Here's where the notes start. So there's a lot of information pre-printed on here to save you time and save your hand from all that writing. So then you can write, and there's lots of graphs and things like that. So I definitely recommend having these if you can. Of course, writing anything on plain paper is also fine. You're not required to print anything. So those are the notes pages, and then just bring those to class, okay? So Module 1, they have the titles of the video. So for example, Intro to Statistics will be one video. And then reading data will be the next video, and analyzing data will be the next video. So they're not labeled by module just because that changes based on the term, but look for the title of the page and the title of the video be the same. And then let me go to Module 1 and show you what that looks like. Okay, and you can see it'll check things off as you've done everything. Resources has just a lot of different ECC and other various resources. Module 1. Okay, so this is what each module will look like. It'll start with lecture and notes, and this is where you find the videos. There's a little overview that has all the terms and the things that we're going to talk about. You can see there's a lot of vocabulary in Module 1. And then also the blank notes are in here. So if you prefer just to print as you go and not get the packet, you're welcome to do that. There are also Word docs. So if you prefer to take notes by typing, you can do that too. Just be sure you have a way to get them to class so you can use them during class. And then also we have the filled in notes in case you're, maybe you wrote something down, but you're not quite sure how it was written in the video. You might want to reference that. You're welcome to use these filled in notes. Okay, so these are the titles of the videos which match the pages. And you can see the writing on the pages there. Okay, so for this first module, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. Okay, so they vary in length from week to week. And because there's a lot of introductory stuff, there's a little less content in the first week. Then below the videos, you will see optional materials. So including the textbook. A lot of students find the textbook is not super readable or useful. A lot of students get by without it at all. So you're welcome to, check it out. Use the online version first and see if you like it and if you think you're going to use it. There are slides here. They do some things in a different way, or I should say I do some things in a different way that I think is much easier. So there's that to keep in mind. And then from instructors who have taught online statistics, there are just a lot of extra resources. So if you're interested in any of that, Khan Academy, anything like that, there's a ton of resources here. It is all completely optional though. So if that's overwhelming, just stay above this line where it says optional materials. Okay, so that is our lecture and notes. So if I go back to Module 1, then we'll have our class activity. So you're going to bring your notes to class, and then I will provide the activity pages. So I'll be bringing printed pages for you to work on during class, and some of it will be all together, some of it will be in small groups, and we'll be using this data. And then I will upload, we'll probably upload the blank as soon as it's ready, in case some people like to see the activity beforehand. That helps with their learning style. So you're welcome to look at that. Don't worry about printing it. You can if you want, but I'll bring copies. And then the solutions will be posted right here after class. Okay, if you are in class, I'll be putting in the points for you for your participation as you work on these activities. But if you miss a class, then you make up the points by doing the activity yourself and then uploading it to the assignment folder that follows after this. And you'll have the solutions to help you because you're doing it by yourself, but it is important to get that practice. Okay, another way to navigate is to use the arrow down here to get to the next thing. This is the class activity where, like I said, only upload if you missed class. If you're in class, record the points for you. Upload button here. Then the next, after class, the next thing is to work on the MyOpenMath online homework. Don't want to do that right now because that's our next video. So it goes lecture and notes, then class activity, then the online homework, then the written problem set. And this is our graded problem set for Module 1. The files are in here, but also in the activity packet, but there's also a Word doc and a PDF. And we will be doing online submissions. So even though we're back in person, I can give a lot better feedback and a lot more feedback by typing. So I would like to have everyone scan, put both your pages in one file, either using Adobe Scan. We'll go over that on the first day. And then upload right here. And then I will give you the feedback that way. Let's see if there's anything else in the first module. Probably just a place to ask questions. Yep, the last thing is ask your questions from Module 1 here if you'd like to do that. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you any longer. We've already gone to 21 minutes, almost 22. So the most important thing is just to make sure that the setup of this class is going to work for your learning style. If not, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help you find a better class for you. And then watch the videos for Module 1 before our first class. So get those Module 1 video pages and watch the videos. Okay? And you can email me if you have any questions in advance. All right? I look forward to seeing you in the next video and then also in class on the first day. See you then.